How are you? Good, I hope. On your way to standing out from the crowd. If you're watching this video and not much else, then you're on your way. It means that you're taking the first steps. But every time we take first steps, we stumble from time to time. So don't be too worried if you slip up. If you watch an episode of something, don't take it as a failure. Don't be too hard on yourself because it's not that bad. And you cannot change it once it happened, and nothing good ever comes out of just feeling sorry. Instead, make this an opportunity to think about how the viewed material is affecting you. If you focus on small things, like only the voices in the video, and close your eyes, would you be able to tell the difference from a real conversation? What is different? If you like, you can write your notions into comments below this video. We want to hear as much feedback from you as possible. That's how we learn, and that brings me directly to the point of this video. Learning from feedback. We learn from feedback, and if we don't get it, we have a tendency to behave rather helpless, right? Now, in our first video, we talked about observational learning. You may watch that first. If you haven't, it's a prequel to this one. So just briefly, it's the basic form of learning. Little babies observe and repeat. For more information on how this works while watching movies or on series, go to video 1. But there are other kinds of learning as well. Of course, as I mentioned, learning from feedback. This is a different kind of learning, because if you observe, you can learn practical things or skills very well, but it doesn't add much to you as a person, your inner self, and you need feedback from the world to learn about yourself. For example, as a child, you see a singer on TV, and she's fabulous, and everyone's clapping, and it's really great, and you want to do that, so you go to kindergarten, and you start behaving like the singer and singing and la la la, and if you see the kids running away from you, then that's a reaction, and you'll be probably a little traumatized if this happens. But in any case, it's feedback, and you learn that you're probably not a good singer. If they drop their toys and start clapping, then you know that what you're doing is good, and you've learned something about yourself. This is just a trivial example, but basically my thought was that our action and the world's reaction form our inner self. So what if we don't get a reaction? First, I wanted to say that it's like being ignored. But actually, if you think about it, being ignored is getting a reaction. It's not the one that you would want, but it is a reaction from the world. So, what does this have to do with watching videos? Imagine for a second there that you are a ghost. Like, really, try to imagine. What would it be like? You wouldn't be able to touch, speak, and you would be invisible. Not able to affect reality at all. Would you know what you are good at and if people would like you? There would be no way you could learn that. You would know what people generally like, but nothing about yourself. You'd only be an observer. If you then suddenly became visible, how would that feel? Well, I can't imagine. I've never been a ghost, but it would probably be very scary, even for a ghost. And you learned that you had no effect on reality before, but now suddenly people know you're there and they are reacting to you and they want you to react back. But how? Well, you would know what people generally behave, how people generally behave from observing, so you would behave according to what you've observed. And this is my point. You could be anyone but you. And what is it like watching a movie? You see so many things happening, way too many. For more information on overstimulation, go to another video. And no matter what you do, you just have no effect on the things that you see. And they also cannot directly affect you as a person at all. And the people in the video don't even know you exist. You actually become a ghost. Okay, maybe not really, but you know what I'm saying, right? There is no feedback from watching videos. If we just observed without reacting, not only do we lose contact with ourselves, we lose the need to act in real life. Because through watching videos, we learn that we cannot affect what is going on. And we get a tendency to be rather helpless than to take matters into our own hand. And it goes both ways. Then we have a tendency to feel that nothing can affect us. We lose contact with the present reality. And I'm saying present reality for a reason here. Because it's the only possible moment in which you can make a difference or change things or act. The momentum of existence and feedback from the world is the bond which keeps us anchored in the now, alert and fully conscious. Otherwise, our consciousness just floats somewhere between the past and the future. But either of these are not reality. They are either memories of the past or anticipation of the future. So it's either stress, or either good or bad, or melancholy. And you don't want to live in that. Yourself, your heart, only exists in the present, now. And yourself is the most precious thing you have. It sounds selfish, but to be true, if you don't have yourself, you're not able to be there for others. So you want to do as much as possible with it, because you are lucky to have it. So am I. And to get closer to yourself, you know what to do. Just stop.